Yo, what's up, guys? Long time no see. Was on some shit miss right now. I got a new controller, so, you know, bear with me if I suck a little bit, but mainly on shit miss just so I can talk for a bit. Yeah, it's honestly been a while since I've played COD in general. I've not been playing this game a lot. To be honest with you guys, I got SHADOWBAN a few weeks ago, and that really annoyed me, so I stopped playing for a bit. Obviously, I stopped playing during the SHADOWBAN, and then even when I was on SHADOWBAN, I really didn't have any motivation to play. It's really annoying. You know, you do okay for a couple games, and then you can't play for a whole week. This was happening to me since MW2. I've been in MW2 3 or 4 times, and this is the first time it happened on MW3, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. I'm sure it will, though. You know, I always hear the argument, like, don't cheat or whatever, but obviously for people who've never been SHADOWBAN, that is a fair perspective. But from my perspective, right, obviously I know I don't, but also you have to think I haven't cleared every time, right? So that kind of proves that I'm not. I don't know, believe what you want, you know what I mean? And I also don't, like, you know, I'm not good enough to be cheating, so I don't really get that either. But it really sucks when you want to be grinding this game out, you know, especially when it first came out and you just can't because you're SHADOWBAN, so it's always a bit disappointing. It sucks too because MW2, like, I didn't mind taking some time off of that game a lot of the time because it's not my favorite. It actually wasn't my least favorite either. I didn't hate that game by any means, but I definitely didn't need to play it all the time. This game, it's like, I actually really do enjoy this game. I love the way the direction they've been taking it. Oh my word. Okay, good thing that guy's absolutely clueless. I like the direction they've been taking it and stuff, and they've been making changes fast and everything. I've been actually enjoying Warzone, but Warzone, you just get SHADOWBAN even faster in Warzone. Like, I didn't get SHADOWBAN at all for multiplayer for the first month, and then as soon as Warzone dropped, I played for like 2 days. I got SHADOWBAN. I don't think you have more chance in Warzone. I think it's just the pure fact that you're killing people, and then they can spectate you for a long time. I heard that spam reporting doesn't work, so even if they report you once, I guess, but there's just more chance that more people are going to report you in Warzone. In multiplayer, especially respawn, right? People don't really get the opportunity to spectate you and stuff, so they don't, or even get angry at you as much. So, right, in Warzone, you're ending someone's game, so they're just more likely to be angry at you, and they're spectating. Even Search and Destroy, like, people are more likely to get angry because you're ending their round, but they're not going to spectate you anyways. The people who are spectating you are your teammates. So it's just less likely to get reported in general in multiplayer. I think that's just why you get people tend to get SHADOWBAN more in Warzone. Or they do have it cranked up. I don't really know. I guess that is the free-to-play one, right? So it might even make sense that they have it. What just happened? What was that? So it might even make sense that they have it ramped up for Warzone, because it is the free-to-play one, so I'm sure hacking is more prevalent on those, right? Even looking at my stats, like, these stats should not be getting me banned. 1.11, that, you know, I was gonna say it's mainly from the Interstellar grind that killed my KD. I was just grinding Rust, not caring, you know, zoning out for hours. And then Battle Royale, I mean, 1.83, but I've barely played. It was higher even in, yeah, like these are way higher, but I don't know. KD shouldn't even matter. I don't know. It's weird. An obvious cheater, if you're like 25 KD or 30, 40 KD after a long time, then yeah, they're probably cheating, you know, or they're the best in the world, and then they're probably whitelisted anyway, because I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that there is whitelist for creators and stuff, which does make sense. Like, people get mad about that, but it's like, they're making their living off the game. It makes sense that they would not get SHADOWBAN, especially because creators that have a relationship with Activision especially, they're pretty confident that they're not cheating. And I mean, creators that do cheat, I mean, they always seem to get caught, right? Like, eventually you slip up. I don't want to open that whole can of worms, because, you know, it's a very opinionated thing in games these days, which is too bad, because I mean, everybody hates cheaters, you know, especially those players that are exceptionally good at the game. I mean, nobody believes they're that good, or like, not nobody, but a lot of people don't believe they're not good, and that's unfortunate, right? Obviously, I feel like people who haven't played a game for a lot of hours or put a lot of time into a game to get really good at the game, they don't understand, like, the difference in, like, mindset and the way you think about the game, the way you play the game, right? People who tend to put in that kind of time and at least understand the game, even if they're not the greatest at mechanics and stuff, which is more like, you'll see the difference from person to person, but if you put in time, you're going to understand the game more. That goes with anything, really. Anything. You put in more time, you're going to understand it more, and things are just going to happen more naturally, right? So people reading where people are coming from and stuff like that, like, that doesn't mean they're cheating. That just means they've played a lot, right? Especially in multiplayer. In multiplayer, it's really easy. Small maps, Search and Destroy especially, you have a certain amount of people on the map. I mean, it's very easy to tell how people are going to play after you play for a while. But the real problem I have is just the automated SHADOWBAN system, right? Obviously, nobody's reviewing my account because it's almost always down to 4 or 5 days to a week on the hour that I get SHADOWBAN that I'm on SHADOWBAN. So it's like, That's just an artificial timer. Nobody's actually reviewing it. If somebody's actually reviewing it, like maybe they do actually review it. I don't know. It just seems unlikely with those times for the timing of it. And I'm sure they just have another automated system once you get shadow banned where they run through your account and look at your headshot percentage, KD, stuff like that. See if you have insane stats, and then they'll actually manually review if you have insane stats. That's how I'd imagine it would go, because there's a lot of people who are shadow banned, so I can't imagine they're manually reviewing all of those accounts. So it's just annoying, because you would think that if you get shadow banned and cleared 5 times, it'd be even harder to get shadow banned the next time. I know that's also kind of a flawed system, because then you could just play legit, get shadow banned a couple times, and then cheat. So I don't know. There's no perfect solution, but the shadow ban system is not it, because you're punishing people who, you know, paid for your game and arguably play it the most of anyone, right? So for the most part, I mean, I've seen people who, you know, hop on once a week, twice a week, and they're getting shadow banned too. So I don't know. The whole system is flawed and it needs a rework for sure. To be honest, I haven't been keeping up on the news about it recently, so I actually don't know for a fact that they haven't came out and said anything, but I pretty much know for a fact. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I doubt I'm wrong on that. The worst part is I played a couple shadow ban lobbies just to see. Now, honestly, like, I ran into a cheater every 2 or 3 games, one cheater, and I was only in a lobby with people who are also shadow banned. That means, you know, there's a pretty big miss rate on cheaters. Obviously, I don't know for sure that people weren't cheating, but the blatant cheaters, there was only like 1 every 3 games. 1 every 2 or 3 games. Still unplayable. I'm still not going to play in shadow ban lobbies if I'm shadow banned, right? It's not enjoyable. Plus, you are questioning if everybody's cheating. But no, for the most part, it actually seems like legit players in those lobbies, which just shows that way more percentage of people, at least from my experience, are getting shadow banned that are legit, rather than people who are getting shadow banned and are blatantly cheating. So, you know, if you have a working anti-cheat, you shouldn't need a system like shadow ban. You should never have a system like shadow banning, though, because that pushes too much power in the hands of people who don't really know what they're doing. CSGO, for example, had Overwatch, but you couldn't do Overwatch if you were like Silver 1. You know what I mean? And that's because Silver 1s are going to think anybody above Silver 1 is cheating, because they don't understand the game at all. They don't have any grasp on what a good player looks like compared to a bad player. That's exactly why they don't allow people like that to have, you know, feature. And obviously COD is completely different. CSGO is a competitive game. It's way different, but in the same sentence, like, some people are just can't tell the difference, and they just think everybody's cheating. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with being bad, or not even bad, just not being able to tell the difference, right? I struggle to tell the difference sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that you can't make a system that relies on that then, if you know that it's very difficult to tell for most players. I've heard people say it's, oh, systems running on your computer or whatever. I can tell you it's just not. Like, I have no systems running on my PC. I've reset my PC multiple times after being shadow banned. There is nothing on my computer that is causing these shadow bans. It's just, that's not the case. No software, there's nothing. And people on consoles are getting shadow banned a lot more frequently since the release of Warzone in Modern Warfare 3. So, I mean, that just kind of proves that argument wrong. It sucks that I stopped uploading too when it happened. I don't want to do that again. So, if it happens, I'm just going to play different games. Like Apex, I've been really enjoying a lot. Even COD Zombies or something. Hopefully X Defiant comes out soon. That'd be a fun one to play when I'm shadow banned, or even just whenever for fun. But yeah, that game has really been interesting me. It's just been taking forever to release. Another one is the finals. Wouldn't mind playing the finals too. Really, I just want to keep playing games and uploading. I mean, realistically, I want to keep playing COD, but you know, if you can't, you can't. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about that. Oh, I thought I had stims. I could even go for Borealis if I'm shadow banned again. I just honestly I didn't want to launch this game after that, because it was really annoying for me to know you did nothing wrong and you can't play the game because of it. It won't really make sense, but if you've been shadow banned, you'll know what I mean. It sucks. I'm sure a lot of people have. I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about it. And the problem is that I'm sure, you know, a lot of people that do get hit by shadow bans are cheating. So for Activision, they look at those metrics and they're like, oh, we got so many cheaters because of the shadow ban system, which is 100% probably true, but it's about the ratio that you're catching them at, right? How many players are you affecting that play your game legitimately buy your game? I just think that totally missed out by them. Okay, I'm gonna go back to regular videos after this one. I just wanted to make this one to let you guys know where I've been and what's happened. Hopefully I don't get hit by shadow ban for at least the next little while, please. Give me a month or something, I don't know. So give me some time to play it. In MW2, I did get shadow banned within like 24 hours of another shadow ban, so that was really shitty. So hopefully that doesn't happen here. Hey, what can you do? That's gonna wrap it up for this one. Be back to normal, probably playing Search and Destroy or Warzone in the next one. I'll catch you guys then. See ya.